Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And in this video, I'm going to be featuring Manfred von Richthofen, a German Tier 10 Tech 3 aircraft carrier. And I thought, let me give you a couple of gameplay and tips and tricks related to this CV because, well, first of all, my title of the video is that, is it really worth it to grind this German carrier? I would say it's still not that bad, it's pretty good. And I will showcase you with the help of dropping Des Moines. Now, these torpedo bombers are very fragile. I mean, all of the, planes, the squadron of the Richthofen are pretty bad because, well, they have very less HP. But you can see here that the torpedoes, they are also not the hardest hitters, but they can be pretty good against these cruisers, heavy cruisers, because the probability of hitting them is also pretty nice. You can see here, I did like, 20,000 damage to Des Moines with these torpedoes, which is pretty nice. And now I'm just gonna go and use these rockets. And by the way, these rockets are pretty good still. I mean, you will find out that I can chunk pretty much 20k damage with these AP rockets on this poor Des Moines. Now, that Des Moines actually has gotten his engine incapacitated, which means that he's definitely going to be around here somewhere while his engine is down, which means that my rockets has a lot much more good chance. And you can see here, exactly that's what I said. His engine is down, he's broadsiding, and Des Moines has pretty vulnerable broadside. So you can see here, I'm just going to have a pretty good aim, and you will see that I can just do like, 39,000 damage with these rockets. Again, pretty poor in terms of its survivability. The planes are not tanky at all, but you can see here what I did to Des Moines. Like, I did like almost 20k damage again. So this poor Des Moines has gotten a pretty bad start by using these torpedoes and rockets against him, which kind of sucks for him. But yeah, that shows that Richthofen is pretty good against heavy cruisers that has a citadel, right? And I mean, you can use these torpedoes; they are pretty good. Again, chunking him a bit, like for 2,000 damage, more than that slightly, which is pretty nice. So the rockets and torpedoes are very, very decent against light cruisers and cruisers that have citadel. On the other hand, these AP bombs are very, very good. Like these bombs, they're still pretty good. Like 8,800 damage each bomb, and you can just drop quite a lot of bombs, like 3 of them. So that's like quite a lot of damage if you just aim and get all 3 set hits. But this reticle, as you can see here, it's pretty big, so it's not going to be easy. And since the battleship might be maneuvering sometimes, this there is quite an RNG involved. You can see here, I thought that I might get double sets, but all 2 bombs misses because of the RNG. And then there is a Kremlin and Schlieffen's AA, so it's not going to be easy to get a lot of damage. So I just instantly dropped him and thought that, let's see if I can get another sit. Yeah, I got only 1 more sit, and for some reason the Maximilian is started to snipe me, which is alright. I just put at least I put the plane, but that's not gonna do much because he will get his strike regardless. So I gotta be very careful from this CV because over time he will definitely can do big damage regardless of anything else. So yeah, gotta be very careful for that from that. So I'm just gonna go use the islands as cover and drop this Kremlin. Now, Kremlin and Schlieffen does have decent AA, so I just pop the heal because both torpedo bombers and AP bombs does have heal, which is nice. And I just use the chain striking method, and I'm just gonna go and drop this guy very quickly. Now, 1 torpedo hit would be still good. Like, yeah, I got 1 torpedo hit, did only almost 3,000 damage. Not too much, but it's okay, right? So that was not a bad start again. And you can see here that the Maximilian again coming to strike me. So I'm just gonna be preemptively turning in to dodge some of these skip bombs. Hopefully I can do that. But obviously if he's doing like this, I will lose HP over time because he's literally sniping me out there. He will get his first strike, which is a bit of a problem. You can see here he got double fires permanent. So that's a big dent on my CV's HP. So gotta be very careful, but I know that when I'm doing, I'm just gonna be a bit careful afterwards. And you can see here double sets, which is pretty nice. Did like 17, 18k damage. Yeah, almost 18.5k damage, something like that. And then I also have one more strike remaining to drop on Schlieffen. So I'm just gonna align these bombs, and well, if I get a lucky drop, which I did, I got double sits and I killed the Schlieffen. So chunking him quite a bit hard here and taking down that Schlieffen pretty nicely. Now again, you can see here that CV is not doing anything except to drop me with these literally strikes. I mean, you can try that, sure. At least what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just go closer to Schlieffen for some AA, and I will just keep giving some fighter planes, even though they're not gonna do that much because he will get one strike regardless. But still, there's nothing that I can do really, except to maybe snipe him as well on the other hand and kill him first. So that's what I'm not really interested in doing that. So I'm just gonna go and drop this out. And again, you can see the torpedoes are pretty versatile. I did like pretty decent damage, like 9 to 10,000 damage with these torpedoes. I'm just gonna go and drop this Zhao again, who is for some reason bow tanking, reversing. It's kind of funny, but yeah, he's doing that. And you can see here that this Milman might be coming up to strike me again, maybe. So I'm just gonna put the plane here. So if he does that, now I might have a better chance in protecting myself. You can see here that the Maximum just put the fighter plane, maybe to keep the battleships and cruisers spotted, and he's doing the same thing again. But since my fighter is there, he will definitely going to be countered. Yeah, you can see here he dropped the Schlieffen and he just pressed the F button, which is understandable. Submarine detonated the Zhao, which is funny enough. But we can come back against this Des Moines. You can see here that the Des Moines is a pretty good target for Richthofen, right? If he broadsides again, I can do pretty good damage. Now, the good thing about these rockets, these AP rockets, is that, well, they can actually maneuver during the attack run, and you will find out what I'm talking about. You can see here Des Moines is turning out a bit, and I'm just maneuvering these rockets during the attack run, but, well, he tried to turn in to dodge these rockets, but I still like chunking him for 12k, which is pretty nice. And well, he's still maneuvering or trying to protect himself. But since his HP is pretty low, I'm pretty much hopeful that I can kill him, which I exactly did. Killing the Des Moines with these rockets feels nice. And that's the thing about the Richthofen. Richthofen is still not bad. The torpedoes and AP rockets are very good against cruisers, light cruisers, and bombs are just very strong against battleships. But RNG is there. Sometimes you will miss a lot of these bombs. But yeah, this is something that I don't like. Otherwise, it's very, very good, very, very strong. You can see here already I did like 147k damage, so that was a good start, really. And you can see here the Maximum, he's actually trying to play a bit aggressive. So what I decided here is that I will just keep Maximum spotted, drop the Yamato if I possibly able to, because I feared that these torpedoes that Shimakaze sent towards the Yamato might clip and kill him even before I able to drop this Yamato, which kind of sucks. But let's see what would happen. Never mind. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I'm just not gonna be using my drop on Yamato, and I will just wait for the attack timer to get ended. So yeah, you can see here that Maximum one is kind of tasting some spotting damage from my planes. So he has chunked pretty nicely out there. So he was trying to kill me, but in return he's taken huge damage in a carrier. And you can see here it's taking another chunk by someone. So that was not a good sign for him. And I've dropped the bombs, and I got one citadel hit. And that's the thing. The bombs have pretty wonky RNG involved that sometimes give you some hits, and if you get 3 bomb hits, that's devastating. But if you don't get that much damage, it's RNG, huge RNG to play, because you might have landed out only 1 or 2 bomb hit. And you have seen that against Kremlin. I tried my best to get good bomb hits, but that didn't happen. But that's what RNG is in Richthofen. Otherwise, it would be pretty broken. And it used to be pretty broken because it used to have very small reticle. press the F button against maximum fighters, and you can see here I only lost one torpedo bomber, and I'm just getting all my planes back, which is nice. You can see here you can not only use the rockets against cruisers, you can sometimes even use these rockets against battleships. In this case, I think Yamato is going to be a pretty good example. I mean, the penetration of these rockets is very impressive, and funny enough, you can also citadel the incomparable with these rockets. Now, unfortunately, the Sejong, which is like under 100 HP, is surviving, and he's shooting down quite a lot of planes. You can see here, but still, I still managing to get a strike, and you can see here I did like chunk for like 9,000 damage from these AP rockets only. So yeah, these AP rockets can do pretty much good against broadside targets that have not that thick armor, and in the case of Yamato, it's only 32mm upper belt, which I just aimed and I get decent damage. On the other hand, there is Iowa. The game is about to end. You can see here Richthofen is not bad. It's very strong, still pretty good. RNG comes into play. Sometimes you will have games where the RNG is completely messing up your gameplay, but overall I would still say that Richthofen is pretty nice. You can see here I sort of maneuvered the torpedo bombers during the attack run, and since the torpedo bombers have quicker reaction, or you can say that arming, the reticle cone get narrower very quickly once the torpedo bombers started to get into the attack run. It does help a lot. The Iowa and Yamato are not gonna survive too long. The game is pretty much over. As you can see above, that's our points. It's a replay bug, unfortunately, where you can see that the enemy team have more points, but that's pretty much impossible in this game. You can see here we have tons of team, we have tons of caps, so yeah. And yeah, you can see here Richthofen problem is exactly that. I got one overpen and no one overpen. Oh, sorry, non-penetration on Iowa. So, so this is something that you should be keeping in mind. Otherwise, Richthofen is pretty good. I mean, if you get a lot of citadel hits with bombs, you can be pretty devastating, honestly, on battleships. A lot better than Hakuryu AP bombs, that's for sure. If you are managing to get consistent damage citadels, which you usually do if you aim them correctly. But otherwise, a maneuvering battleship will still gonna be a bit difficult to get all three sits. So yeah, that's the thing about the Richthofen. Rockets are pretty good. You can see here a lot of citadel hits. Some shot down by fighters. If you don't, have this enhanced reaction skill in Richthofen, I mean, it's not gonna be really good against protecting you from other aircraft carriers. So keep that in mind. Team score wise, almost 2.1k base XP. I thought I should, show you a gameplay of Richthofen. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please let me know down below. And I will catch you guys into the next video. Till then, peace out.